Welcome to the Instigators Hockey Shw and Chris Kotsopoulos.
Oh, here we go.
That's a bunch of garbage, and it's being proven right now.
Oh, absolutely. I was a staunch defender of that.
You know, if he doesn't stand on his head in the second period, we don't have a chance.
What a save by Lundqvist. Why not? That's the chance, and that's the reason why.
Fans are really, really knowledgeable on that, and I'm very impressed with that. If that's anybody else but Alex Ovechkin, that's an automatic suspension.
With this specific player, if he doesn't get 10 games or more, it's a disgrace in the face of the NHL.
Come on. You gotta love it.
Here we go.
You gotta love it. Welcome back, gentlemen. Welcome back.
Ricky, we won't talk about Matt Rempe already, right?
Oh, we get this place heated up right now. Everything is hot. It's hot around here. You wouldn't know it's cold around the country because it's hot going in tonight, boy. There's a lot to discuss, and we're going to have some fun. Welcome back, gentlemen. 15 years. We just came off the Olympics. It's pretty much what we have to talk about. So we should knock this out in 60 minutes, please. So we'll get started right away. I mean, the NHL is back. I think last night was the first night, right?
No.
Tonight's the first night.
I thought there was a game last night.
And McDavid will play tonight. He made the journey in. He's playing. 90% of the guys are playing that were in the Olympics.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that. I don't know if you guys want to start with that or end with that, but I mean, I think we should hold off on that. I think obviously we have to talk gold medal, both men and women for the USA hockey. It's tremendous. It's tremendous for USA hockey. You know, we'll talk about the good, bad, and the ugly, though. We'll talk about the political side of things, which is ridiculous in this country at this point, both sides. We'll talk about the injuries and what this means for hockey and the NHL hockey. And then the one of the things, you know, I know it was 46 years. Everybody talked about the 1980 team, and that team was an amateur team. It wasn't a professional team. So I think
don't say that.
What do you mean?
Well, Mike Eruzione was a professional the year before. I played with him.
Yeah, well, I know, but
Buzz Schneider was
Jim Craig was also. I know that, right?
Schneider was a professional that played in Milwaukee that same year.
We're not talking about all-star players getting paid.
But just don't tell me they were all amateurs.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that. So we can start with, because I know we're definitely going to start here. I mean, there's a lot to be said about Connor Hellebuyck at this point. Ricky's got a shirt. I love it. Uncle Buck. Really good stuff. You know, it was said that Connor couldn't win the big game. He choked under pressure. He wasn't the guy. There was speculation about what games he would play and wouldn't play and the whole 9 yards. And I don't know. I don't remember the final number of saves, but boy, oh boy, did he save the USA's bacon. I can tell you that.
He had 41 saves. I didn't watch the game, Paulie. He had 41 saves.
I would say he had 41 saves, and I would honestly, without even looking it up, I would say 28 to 33 were high chance shots.
Yep.
Canada's expected goal was 7 goals in that game.
Yeah, it was 7.
Goals. Their expected goals was that high. So, yes, Connor Hellebuyck was great. Connor Hellebuyck won the big game, and Connor McDavid, once again, can't.
Well, we'll talk about that. You guys want to go around
over there? He can't wait, that kid.
I'm ready, boys. You know me.
I mean, there probably wasn't a Hellebuyck fan in this whole group here until now. Little green boy over here is a big Hellebuyck fan now.
Love my country.
You should.
best hockey team in the world.
I mean,
Right now, took you 46 years.
well, let's listen. Let's call it for what it is. Ricky, you touched on it. I agree with you. We had a little text going on, and I mean, you looked at the teams on paper, and the Canadian team was stacked. Some of the greatest players in the world right there, and Hellebuck really was obviously the difference. I thought the Americans were definitely outplayed, no doubt. The save on McDavid, and you could say choke all you want, but more often than not, I'm going to tell you this right now, Lips. There's one guy I want on a breakaway in a big game. It's going to be Connor McDavid.
Well, Paulie, tell me if you agree with me. Tell me if you agree with me on this point. And I'm a huge USA fan. I was flipping out when we won. I also watched 1980, live as a kid.
Sure.
And I'll say this: if this was a 7-game series, I would say Canada wins 5, we win 2.
Yeah.
Just one on the right day.
Yeah. Hey, I'll be the first one to tell you. All the
Team USA won 2 out of the last 3.
I'm going to tell you right now. First of all, like I said, you got to take McDavid. I would take McDavid 99.9% of the time on a breakaway in a big game. Here's the other thing. Everybody wants to talk about him. Everybody loves him. He's the greatest thing in the world. He's supposed to be the MVP this year. Fucking Celebrini had a breakaway too, Lips, and that was saved, right?
Yeah, but I'll tell you this. I'll tell you something about Celebrini. I, as a 55-year-old man, went online and bought a Celebrini Olympic jersey. He's the face of the NHL right now for kids that are under 20. That kid is the next great superstar in the National Hockey League, bar none.
Right. So
I'll give you my take on Celebrini later in the show.
Let me ask you a question. You got a Stanley Cup champion a few times over, and probably the world's best player that I think, Nathan McKinnon, misses open net. Not commonplace here. So you got 3 uncommon things. Nathan McKinnon, 99.9% of the time, is not going to miss that shot. We all know it.
Paulie, 1, Hellebuck beat McDavid.
Right.
2, he beat Celebrini. 3, our boy missed an empty net and cried like a little bitch.
Okay, now
I'll be honest with you. As pumped up as he is about McDavid, seeing McKinnon cry that they're the better team, and if you watch the game, we were better. He had the gold medal on his stick, and he held his stick a little too tight.
Well,
and I can't say anything as a Ranger fan because Vinny Trocheck did the same thing.
Well, listen,
in the conference finals a couple years ago.
Strome.
You want to know something?
Strome.
Watching him choke to me and then badmouth other people showed me he's a child, and I took great pleasure in watching him cry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to disagree for a minute here. You can't, the guy is one. He's one on the highest level. He's a scoring champion. He's a captain. He's a winner. So not everybody scored. Nobody scores 100%. It just doesn't happen. And then the save on Taves, 9 times out of 10, that's not a save, right? You got to admit, that's not a save. That gets buried in the back of the puck. So you got 4 golden opportunities that go by the wayside here. McDavid scores on that breakaway, and I bet you the complete complexion of this game would have changed, right? Celebrini, same thing. At the end of the day, to see that 5 or 6 goals wouldn't have been surprising to me because they were outshot, 2.5-1 almost, I think. It was 19-1 in the second period in shots, or 19-2. It was ridiculous. So Hellebuck wins the big game is my point of this, which for years now it's been Hellebuck's, he's been a choker. And in this opportunity, he didn't choke. Would you guys?
All right, let me get my 2 cents in because you guys actually all watched the game. Okay, all I got is people calling me, listening to the Green Man down here on his little whatever TikTok thing.
The Green Man.
Salty.
He's a little green boy, little green. He's only been around Earth for a little while,
Yeah, green.
Listen, it's a great thing that America won the gold medal. It's a great thing that the women won the gold medal. Because to me, and you guys don't know this because you haven't been on with Paulie and me for the last 15 years, but what have I been saying to you for all this time, Paulie? This is what America needs to grow the game in hockey. You don't need to convince Canadians to watch the game of hockey or pour their money into the hockey system in Canada. You need it down here, okay? And as many teams as you have down here in the United States compared to Canada, it still hasn't grabbed the average American fan.
Right.
What I've seen so far after this wonderful thing, think about it, you won back-to-back with women and the guys, okay, is I've never seen baseball writers in the New York Post talking hockey before, ever. They're doing that now, okay? I'm watching news and guys that wouldn't know they think a hockey puck, they try to open it. They wouldn't know shit from Chinola about the game of hockey, talking about hockey. So here's what I'm hoping that we get from all this. The big push from the NHL to push this thing about the gold medals, that the USA is as good as anybody in the world. Let's push this game and get it to like where it's never going to be even par with baseball and football. But Jesus Christ, you should be able to get it to like within reach of it. Let's hope it doesn't just fade away like it did in 1980, like it did in 96 when you won that one and whatever. Every time you guys win in hockey, it just seems to fade away. The euphoria and the joy is great for the first week, but then after that, nobody cares anymore except for the hardcore people. You got to get the average fan invested in this to grow the game. It's not the hardcore people. And I think it's a great thing, but I think the NHL's got to do a good job here. Promote Jack Hughes, promote Hellebuck. Make sure these guys are out in the forefront so that little 4-year-old, 5-year-old that's skating in Jersey somewhere or even down south in LA somewhere sees a photo of this guy. You know what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah. Agreed.
It's pretty simple to me.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think it's a big opportunity to market the game in the U.S.
Especially back-to-back. You won both of them. I mean, that doesn't happen very often.
Right. Unfortunately, if I was a betting man, even though I'll be in Vegas in 2 weeks on some work, Bettman's failed the NHL, man. He's not good at marketing. His marketing is terrible. And I hate to say it, but I mean, I agree with you wholeheartedly. This is something that the NHL as a corporation needs to drag and probably over drag this. It should be on billboards everywhere, especially in the state of Florida, where I have Florida people that don't even know who won the fucking Stanley Cup last year. This is a true story. Okay? So here's the state where they won what? 4 of the last 5? And nobody knows who won because it's just, why isn't it on billboards? Why isn't it advertised on TV? Why haven't I seen a commercial that says congratulations to both the men and the women? Different. Where are the advertisement with beer commercials and car commercials and whatever else? Like, definitely agree with you.
Well, can I give an opinion on this, Paulie?
Go ahead, Ricky.
I think the reason you're not seeing it, and you're 100% right, is that businesses and shit are afraid of the whip back or whatever you want to call it, snapback from this sissy ass culture that we have, that are upset because the one side's pissed at the girls because they didn't want to go to the White House. The other side is pissed at the guys for going to the White House, and they're traitors on our country. And we've created such a soft bitch ass society that the fact is, they ruined the game. And I put a little blurb out on my page on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and everywhere else on this. And I've got 50 death threats this week. One guy wants to drive to Tennessee and fight me at my sports store because I said, keep politics out of the game. You know what's innocent about sports? I don't have to think about Trump. I don't have to think about Biden. I don't have to think about Epstein. I could watch a Ranger game for 1.5 hours and focus on the fucking Rangers. And they had to take that away from me.
Promote that fight. I'd love to be part of it. I'm all in.
So would I. I'd even fly down.
I'm just saying, it's ridiculous. You know, here I am just saying, let's let people enjoy sports. You know what the worst part is? And Paulie, you're dead on Bettman. 1994, who won the Stanley Cup? The biggest market in the NHL, right? The way to go and make the sport the biggest it's ever been. They went on strike the next year.
Yep.
Okay. Gary Bettman took the NHL off of ESPN and put them on the Outdoor Network.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Oh, you and I talked about that.
Oh my
I know
God.
we've talked plenty about it, Kotze. But this here is an example today, and I know you didn't want to get into this till later, but I'm on a rant and I'm trying to not get too worked up. There was a poll on Twitter today run by a New York Ranger fan. And the poll was, do you back the New York Rangers of stripping the captaincy from Miller for going to the White House? And 743 supposed New York Ranger fans said yes.
That's ridiculous.
And this is over. Now, listen, again, I don't like politics whatsoever. I can't stand anybody. I'll be honest with you. I don't even like hearing it on the news. But you want to know something? If I had a chance to go to the White House tomorrow and hang out with the president and drink a beer and look around that place and see the history that's inside there, you couldn't keep me from going.
It's a privilege, Ricky. It's an honor.
It's an honor.
It's a privilege to wear the USA emblem on front. It doesn't have your single name on there on the front.
It's your country.
Okay?
I played for my country, Kotze. I played for my country in baseball.
And for like I just saw a Tage Thompson thing where they're calling him a scumbag because he's wearing a Make America Great hat. Who the fuck gave you the right to fucking tell Tage Thompson how to dress?
What about what they're doing to Austin Matthews? They want him out of Toronto.
Left for you. You saw what the left did last night with the president. This is what they do, Ricky. Now they want to take the greatest thing that's happened in U.S. hockey and they want to turn it into pure shit. You know what I say to them? Fuck them. Fuck them. And I hope all their kids walk backwards.
Well, listen, I think you can break this down into one of two things with the Team USA's victory, right? Like, you can say they partied over the top and that they had this crazy Stanley Cup-esque celebration. You could argue that the gold medal is probably bigger than winning the Stanley Cup. You don't know. I mean, it's hard to say because the Stanley Cup playoffs are 2 months long. The Olympics are very condensed. But they're partying, and you could go after them for that. Because I do think some of it is over the top, although good on them for winning for the first time in 46 years. But the whole political stuff, listen, I think the sooner people realize is that, one wing, the other wing, they're all bought off and paid by the same people. And, it really doesn't matter at this point. The political antics, just keep it out of sports. Just go out. Just go out and watch a game and just let your mind be numb because you know what? One way or the other, no matter who's in office, you get screwed, okay? And guess what? If there's a Democrat in office, you got to get up and go to work. And if there's a Republican in office, you got to get up and go to work. And you got to feed your family no matter what. And people watch sports just to get away from it all. And you know what? The women have every right to say no to going to the White House. The men have every right to go to the White House.
I disagree with you. No, they don't. You're wearing the USA flag. You're not wearing your own name. This is not an individual thing now. You are wearing the United States jersey representing the country. You're not representing yourself. I disagree with you 100% on that because I can go back. I'm old enough to remember all the other world championship teams that won. Well, they all went to Obama, no problem. Nobody ever complained. The right didn't complain, right? The only guy that I know from Boston that didn't show up was the goaltender.
Tim Thomas.
Won the Stanley Cup. That's the only, nobody complained though. But now all of a sudden we got a bunch of people that might lean a little right that won a gold medal. Oh, that's not good enough for the left. It's not good enough now. We have to complain about it. We have to make them look like shit. We have to make them look like scum. We have to do this. I'm sick and tired of it, Matt. I've lived more than 2/3 of my life in this country now, and I am a U.S. citizen as well. I'm so sick of it. Ricky's dead right. Keep the politics out of sports. And if you, as a representative of a country, open your yap about it, then that's your problem.
I agree.
Yeah, the bottom line is, listen, it's a privilege to be invited to the White House.
It's a privilege to wear the jersey of a USA.
And exactly. I mean, I don't think, I think the problem, like we said, it became political when the girls decided, oh, we're not going to go. Well, that's a shame, and the boys are like, yeah, we're going to go. So it becomes this thing, oh, you're stupid because you went or you're stupid because you didn't. It's just become, it's just ridiculous. At the end of the day.
What bothered me too, Paulie, is hearing people say today, oh, they made fools out of themselves. They partied so hard.
What
do you remember Tom Brady falling off a yacht? Does anybody remember that? Nobody had nothing to say because it was football, right? No. Nobody had nothing to say because it was football.
I'm gonna pull one out of Kotze's book. You think shit's changed? It hasn't fucking changed. It's just so much more publicized. Everybody's got a phone. Everybody's got a camera. You think this shit changed from 25, 35, 45 years ago? They did the same shit.
Hey, Ricky, we were one game away. They win the
Stanley Cup. They shake bottles. They drink. Everybody's getting smashed. Is that a problem?
Ricky, I got one for you. We were one game away with the Leafs one year playing Calgary before they went to play Montreal in the Stanley Cup. We lost in 7 to St. Louis. We were one game away from going to the semifinals of the Stanley Cup. You know when we lost that game, what we did when we got off the plane that night? We had a bar that was waiting for us in Toronto. Okay? We went straight to the bar. Guys were getting home at 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And you know what I did for the next 2 weeks? I lived off 2 hours sleep. I partied for 2 fucking weeks straight. Okay? So there's nothing different about this. But Paulie's got it dead right. We got a camera now. We got this. We got that. We got.
You know what the problem is?
The smoking cigars and doing this. I would too if I want a gold medal. If I want a gold medal, you're fucking right. I'm going to party.
Participation trophies have ruined the world, guys. Listen, everybody gets a trophy. Everybody got a teddy bear at the Olympics, right? You know what? It's a joke. Here's why. I don't care if Canada would have won. I would have held my head high and said congratulations. U.S. won. Sweden won. They were the better team, whoever. But you know what? Don't take those guys' effort away from them. That's a dream. Every guy's dream is to have that puck on their stick with 30 seconds left and score a goal, to hit a home run in the bottom of the ninth in a World Series, to fall on the ground and cry like a bitch like LeBron. Every sport has your dream, okay? Don't take it away from kids. You know what the message you're sending to kids today was? Even though you win, you're still wrong because you celebrate. You're still wrong because you back somebody. You're still wrong because you celebrated with. What happens when a kid? Hey, listen. Let me break this for a minute. If you follow me on my Facebook page, I made a post last week about before there was Epstein Island, there was Lodi Little League Baseball. Okay, I've lost 3 friends, and I'm in my 50s. I lost 3 friends in the last 6 months to suicide because of child molestation that took place on Little League baseball teams, right? Where are the people, the cops, where are the parents, where are the concern when their kids are out and they're dropping them off as babysitters to coaches? Then sports is okay. When a kid can go for 2 hours of practice and mom can go get her fucking nails done, then sports is great, but they don't care who their kid's with or where they're at. But if their coach wore a Magna hat, right, he'd be a douchebag, son of a gun, this and that, and everything else in the world. Get your beliefs back to family. Let your kids enjoy sports. Shut the hell up about what they're watching, who the politicians are. Let your 8-year-old to 20-year-old kid make the decisions for himself to go play hockey, baseball, or football, and stop with the participation, everybody wins nonsense. Let those kids that are superior play superior sports. Let them enjoy their life and shut up. There's a sign that used to hang in my house that said, Little League Baseball, no parents allowed. And that was the best thing I ever read in my life. Keep these whiny little bastards away from these kids and let their kids be boys and girls and enjoy their life. I'm done. Whatever else you want to say.
I got no problem. I got no problem with the players celebrating like they did at all. I got no problem whatsoever. I don't care what anybody on the left thinks. They can kiss my big Greek ass.
Yeah. Hey, listen, just to piggyback off your point, Ricky, that's a great point about Little League, where there's creeps out there everywhere. And, as a parent, I got 2 little ones at home. That's your biggest fear. And, it's important that we teach the kids to be kids. And I think this game has the potential to Jack Hughes will be a role model for a lot of these kids. And he said all the right things. He really has. People want to vilify him and make him into an enemy. I'm getting a Jack Hughes jersey, Team USA. I'm a Ranger fan, as big a Rangers fan as you can. I can't stand New Jersey, but Jack Hughes has done everything right. Quinn Hughes, the same thing. I mean, he's proud to be an American. He's proud, and he's saying the right things. He's going to inspire a generation of kids, hopefully American kids, to go out and get a pair of skates and get a stick and play some hockey. So this is a great thing for Team USA. The game itself, I thought, was one of the most exciting games, back and forth on your feet, edge of the seat, So for Team USA to pull this one out, I think it's really probably one of the best hockey games wire to wire that I watch. It really could have went either way. Like you guys said, there's a lot of breaks that Canada could have scored, but people forget, like Charlie McAvoy rang 2 posts on a shot. Like
Trocheck got robbed dead
went
center too with 3 minutes left in the game. Trocheck got robbed.
Team USA had chances. Jordan Binnington was very good as well. He wasn't Connor Hellebuck. He didn't face the shots that Hellebuck did. But Jordan Binnington was very good for Team Canada. And when push came to shove, Team USA got it done. There's more winners on Team USA than Team Canada. What can we say?
I will tell you this. I don't know if anybody saw Jack Eichel's interview with Jackie Redmond. Did anybody see that?
I saw it.
He was so emotional. And there's so much to say about how far USA hockey has come. So for these, it's not the same thing. It's very different, but it has a lot of likeness. These guys go out, they become very close. It's USA hockey they're playing for. They win, and they come home and they get fucking vilified. And that's a shame. You know what they did? They did that to the Vietnam soldiers when they came back from fucking Vietnam. They were vilified. Why? Why are you vilifying the people that went and gave what they could to win, fight, whatever the case be? These guys come back. They should be known as heroes, just like everybody else that comes back to the heroes. They won the gold. They beat their arch nemesis. However they did it, they did it. To come back and be vilified is fucking disgraceful. And it starts in the media, and that's the problem. Yeah. This is nonsense, and it needs to stop. If you watched Eichel, how emotional. Same thing with Hughes. Hughes had a beautiful interview. I'm so proud to be an American. I'm so proud of the brotherhood. It makes you feel warm. It makes you feel good. So they can come home and be vilified by their own fucking country's media and the nonsense that goes on how, some of the things that I read, I'm disgusted. I want to get into fist fights with people, man. I got to step back and be like, well, this is the world we live in. It's shameful. It is shameful to see Jack Eichel come to fucking tears, okay, and have to come home to this nonsense. It's horrible. It's fucking horrible. So you set that fight up because I'd love to meet that guy. I don't care how big he is.
Oh, Paulie, I'm not really worried, but you can come down and help me bury the body. But let's say one nice thing about this. Let's get in a better mood. How beautiful and classy was it for the team to bring out Goodrow's children? And let me tell you something. If you weren't emotional during that, you don't have a heart, guys. That was almost...
That's something nobody can question.
That was as touching as Jim Craig with the flag wrapped on him asking, where's my father on TV when they won. That was truly a touching, never go away in sports moment. Some people don't realize was Goodrow's youngest child wasn't even born when he was killed. She was pregnant. That baby never met his father.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And those kids are absolutely adorable. I did get slightly emotional with that. I thought that was amazing, especially, being a grandpa too, man. Hells yeah. That was great. The family, the father, the mother, they were all so emotional.
He would have been a lock on that team too.
For sure.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Johnny.
You know what's funny, Cutsy? He may have had used his spot. If you really think about it, they didn't carry too many fragile little players up front.
No.
Yeah. Well, listen, Johnny
when Hughes is healthy, he's a dynamite player. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
He would be on the team right now.
And my opinion, this is going to make him a better player because I think for a couple of years now, he's kind of been like not so great. You know what I mean?
I think
it's going to give him a little bit of a lightning bolt in his ass now. And he's
Kotze, you didn't watch the game. He drew a penalty with 6 minutes left. He drew a 4-minute double minor for getting hit in the face and getting his teeth busted, right?
Yeah.
Then he gives the puck away and takes a penalty with 2 minutes left, and you're hating him. You're thinking he just blew the game for our country. I want him dead. He's a devil, and then he scores the goal. So the
all in a game, Ricky. It's all in a game. Okay.
Yeah.
One thing he didn't do when he lost his teeth is leave the game like other sports.
Nope. LeBron would still be laying on the ice.
No, didn't LeBron have to get a wheelchair one time too?
Yeah. I want to put a towel down when he had to kneel for Black Lives Matter. They had to put a towel under his knee. True story. Yeah. You can look it up online. I'm not making it up.
Yeah. I just remember the wheelchair. They had the wheelchair him out the court. I've never seen a hockey player get a wheelchair.
Yeah, I've never seen a hockey player in a French maid outfit getting bent over by Diddy either.
I've never seen a country melt down so much after Team USA won. I'm just saying.
Oh, here he goes again.
Canada, the whole country of Canada.
What do you think they're gonna do? Are you that dumb?
Well, I'm just saying.
Are you that dumb?
You have Canadians
are you that
all
dumb?
over social media.
Are you that dumb? Do you even?
No, I'm just saying they're crying about this game.
Do you even have a clue about how hockey is in Canada? Or
And
are
they
you just
lost.
farting out your ass? Or are you just farting out your ass again? The
Listen,
young lad who knows everything about hockey.
You got Canadians.
Do you have a clue?
I have a clue about how big hockey is in Canada. But let me tell you,
when America loses a war, what do you do here?
Well, we don't lose wars. We just go into stupid conflicts.
How about Vietnam?
We didn't technically lose, but
we didn't fare too well in
we're
Korea
not getting
either.
into that.
Stop it, Matt.
Listen,
Canada's known for
Team USA. I'm not talking about the game itself. Canada outplayed Team USA.
You
gotta hear me out.
I'll keep talking over you. Canada's known for two things: hockey and beer. Okay,
and they're not good at beer.
Our beer's way better than yours.
I don't know about that.
Way better. Well, that's because you're just a young kid. You don't know any better.
Of course not.
Your beer stinks.
What do I know?
American beer stinks. 3% alcohol compared to 5%? What are you kidding me?
But listen, Canada hasn't won a Stanley Cup since before I was born. I'm born in 94. Canada hasn't won a Stanley Cup since 93. Now they haven't won a gold medal since 2014. So that's going to be a 16-year drought. Yeah, are they really known for hockey at this point?
You want to compare U.S. winnings compared to Canadian winnings in hockey? You are dumb. You are fucking dumb.
Hey, listen.
You are
Canada,
dumb.
Have you seen a country? Have you seen a country melt down the way Canada has melted down? Have you?
What happened in between 1980 and this year? What
happened?
That's
no more.
What happened?
That's no more.
What happened? You even know anything about it?
Let's talk about the injuries. Let's talk about the impact of what now.
I tell you, Paulie, see what I'm telling you? I told you off the air. He's the perfect example when America wins right there at anything. He's the perfect example.
And what about Canada losing?
He's going to let everybody know, the wino in the street, the prostitutes on the corner. He's going to let them know.
What do you think Canada did for the Four Nations? That was exhibition.
He's going to
Canada was screaming up and down that they won the Four Nations, which was an exhibition tournament.
Well, that's right. Well, that's right. Canada, I guess that one didn't count. That one didn't count to you, right? The Four Nations didn't count?
I think it counted. I couldn't care less. I mean, listen, the Canada won, but hey, Team USA also beat Canada in the Four Nations, did they not? They beat them the first game.
96.
They just lost in the championship round. Yeah. That's all. So it's not like Team USA got smacked by Canada. Team USA has beaten Canada two of the last 3 times.
You got a long way to go. You got a long way to go to compare USA's hockey record compared to Canada's. Period. End of story.
Correct.
Long way to go. Long way to go.
Right now, Canada choked.
I tried to tell you.
US won.
Paulie, how you doing, Paul?
I tried to tell you, be happy right now. Let's see if the rest of the people in this country, like you, will gravitate towards the greatest sport.
Listen.
You'll just slough it off like you always do.
Exactly.
Right. Fucking baseball's already started. It's already taken over the front page.
All right, we're going to move on here. We're going to talk about the negative side. The negative side of Olympic hockey with professionals. And we're talking about the NHL professionals. We got a lot of injuries, man. Kotzi's favorite guy. Crosby's out. It looks like at least a month, right?
Ratnan's out. Nala's out for the year. Who knows how many other they're not even talking about.
Out for the year.
Rempe's out. That's the most important thing. Rempe's out.
And Connor Sherry's back.
Rempe's out. Where did they hear that 3 weeks before it happened, guys? I'm just asking. Where would that news come from 3 weeks ago?
I mean, I think you blew it up here, right here on the show.
And who said that guys would get injured in the Olympics?
That guy right there. My favorite Canadian.
Hey, you know what's funny, guys? Crosby took warm-ups and had to be talked out of playing. And now
he's out 4 weeks, right?
He's out a month. He's got balls. I don't like the kid, because I'm a Ranger fan, but he is really something else. He is.
Well, Canada wins that game if Crosby's in the lineup. McDavid's can't win the big game, and
there he goes again.
He is a prize fan.
Alex Ovechkin took 14 years to win a Stanley Cup. Up till that time, he has the same amount of accomplishments that Connor McDavid has.
Never the player.
McDavid's only been in the league for
McDavid's head and shoulders better.
Please, are you out of your fucking mind?
McDavid's head and shoulders better than Ovechkin. Are you out of your mind?
I thought you said Ovechkin was better.
Oh, no. McDavid is head and shoulders better than Ovechkin.
Yeah, give. Listen, Paulie knows this. I
know you don't like Ovechkin.
Paulie knows this for years now. I've been saying the same thing that you're insinuating. He's got to win the big one to solidify it. But it's still not going to hurt his legendary status, to me.
I don't know about that.
Well, there you go again.
I don't know about that. All the big names. Wow. Gretzky, Crosby, they got gold medals, they got Stanley Cups, Messier, like all of them. And McDavid now has second place. In 20 months, he's lost 2 Stanley Cups.
Did he not win the four? Did he not just win a thing in the middle of the season?
Oh, come on. You're going to count the Four Nations?
Well, that didn't count? That doesn't count now?
The tournament.
I'm sure if the U.S. had
won the All-Star tournament.
But if the U.S. had won that one, you'd have been doing jumping jacks or something like that, right?
All right. I couldn't care less. I would be happy if the U.S. had won. It's not a real thing. The Olympics are way more valuable.
It's not a real thing when you play 3-on-3 either.
3-on-3. So it's not a real thing when you play 3-on-3 when you have McDavid, McKinnon, McCarr.
It's not a real game anymore. For someone who's never played the game, you sure think you know a lot.
Hey, listen, I understand that you take 4 players off the ice after 60 minutes, but I also understand
you want 18 players and 2 goalies to sit on the bench the whole game and let 3-on-3 from the beginning of the game? Is that what you want?
I also understand
hockey. It's not hockey when you put 3-on-3 anymore.
I agree. It's not hockey. But when you have the best defenseman,
you could have
top 2 defensemen.
You could have 3 Matty Lips on the ice against me. It's not real hocky.
You ready?
Not real hockey.
I'll let the other guys talk here.
It's not real hockey. Listen. I have something to say here, Matty. I love you. You know I love you, but you're way too premature on the McDavid thing, buddy. He's got a long, illustrious career ahead of him. Because he hasn't won to this point, he's fucking shattering stuff, man. You can't listen. And my point when I opened up was Hellebuck had the same reputation. He's great. He does this. He got great.
Yeah, he finally won something.
He can't win. He can't win. He just won one. So,
good for him.
I think you're premature on McDavid. I get it. Dude, the guy's been there a few times, but it takes some failures first. How many times did Crosby fail before he got there? How many times did other people
Crosby failed once. He lost the Stanley Cup, then won 3.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, and Ovechkin took 14 years to win
and he
one.
also had some.
Ovechkin's not McDavid. McDavid's head and shoulders better than
14
Ovechkin.
years to win one.
So at the end of the day, guys, I'm just going to do this right now. It's way too early to be talking about how Connor McDavid's a joke. Now, Austin Matthews, on the other hand, I didn't want to talk about him. Awful.
One of my other favorites. Like, yay.
Leave him alone. I need him to fire it up for the Leafs here.
Austin Matthews
He's terrible.
literally was only named captain because he was the last time. That man didn't deserve to be on the ice in
I
that
agree
game. He
100%.
was invisible. He was invisible.
Yeah.
He was nowhere near successful in that game. He was
He had an
awful.
assist.
He was not even played a lot down the stretch. If you notice and you go back and watch that game, there were shifts where he wasn't even on with his line. Okay. Austin Matthews looked lost. And if he don't shave that little porno mustache, I want to punch him in my face in his face myself.
I got a question for you, Strino. Real good question. How good? I read about it and I talked to a few of my former teammates. How good was Trocheck and Miller on the penalty kill?
Outstanding.
Pretty good. They played all
Trocheck
right.
won so many big
didn't they kill
face-offs
like a
late
two-
in that game. It wasn't even funny.
Yes.
Didn't they kill like a 2-man advantage too? Or
Yeah,
something?
a minute and a half.
4 minute or something?
5-on-3, a minute and a half.
Wow.
And Tati, Trocheck won like 5 out of 6 face-offs down the stretch of his
Trocheck
own
was
zone.
great in the
JT Miller was huge too.
They were pulling centers off the ice to put Trocheck out just to take draws in overtime.
Well, it's a smart move.
Yeah.
'Cause he's at least a 50% win guy.
Right now, if we took his value, it's as high as it'll ever be. Drury could probably get a 5th-round pick for him right now, the way he makes trades. I mean, he's really elevated himself.
I wouldn't make that trade for a 5th rounder. I'd keep him for that.
Oh,
I mean, you know who the Rangers need? I'll tell you what the Rangers need. They need like a guy like Kyle Dubas as GM, who's just racking up picks left and right. And I mean, Panarin goes for a 3rd-round pick. Dubas is able to trade Jari for a 2nd-round Skinner and Kulak, then trades Kulak for Samuel Girard in a 2nd-round pick. He traded Riley Smith for a 2nd and a 5th. Meanwhile, we can only get a 3rd and a B-level prospect for Panarin. I know.
You're
no
aggressive
moves.
in an
Hey,
hour.
you're talking about the same guy that screwed up the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, he's doing a great job in Pittsburgh.
He did a
And
shit
Toronto
job in
wasn't
Toronto.
screwed up. Toronto was a very
lousy
good
job
team.
in Toronto.
Toronto had a very good team. Toronto was the 2nd-best team in the league last year. If they got past Florida, they would have won the cup.
They
Toronto.
were cap strapped, everything else with Kyle Dubas.
Well,
there.
of course they were crap strapped. You had Nylander, you have Marner, you have Matthews, you
Kyle
have Tavares.
Dubas had no business being a GM in the Toronto organization. And now in Pittsburgh, you could say that those trades are pretty decent, and I'm not going to disagree with you. But proof will be in the pudding to see how far they go after all these trades are made. I'm not a big believer in Kyle Dubas.
Drafting Ben Kindle, number 11 overall, he's been fantastic. Trading number 12 to 21, 22 to 31.
Even a squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
Well, guys,
When's our squirrel going to find a nut? Because he hasn't found one yet.
Exactly.
I want to
Is
fall
that
back
Ricky?
to the Olympics.
I said, when is our squirrel going to find the nut? Because he hasn't found one yet.
Yeah, Lance
I'm
Armstrong
going to be
has
honest
more
with you
nuts
guys.
than him.
I'm going to be honest with you. Let's get to the Rangers for 2 minutes here. I did nothing during the Olympics except watch Hartford, right? And there was a 3-game stretch where they were outscored 22-2. Okay? Dylan Garrard, first of all, makes Steve Weeks look like Patrick Waugh. Okay? They have 2 prospects, Chernobyl and Robrick at this point. Chernobyl's having a great stretch. I don't understand how he's not called up to play with the big team.
Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot.
Robrick is finally putting goals in. They had a show on. It's an AHL talk show on YouTube I watch. The Hartford coach was voted the single worst development coach in all of the AHL.
Oh, wow.
Pair that with Drury as GM. We got
Tanner
problems,
Glass,
guys.
Jed Ormeyer.
We got problems. I'm going to let you know something, too. 2 Ranger hires in the front office that Drury just brought it in this year have asked permission to interview for the Nashville GM job.
Oh, good.
Well, I got something to break to you, and I broke it to Paulie a little earlier. Paulie, I made a mistake. It wasn't 3 years; it was a 2-year offer. Panarin was offered 2 years by the Rangers, by the way, boys.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, you know, sure. 2 years at $11 million a year, and then said no. So I just want to let you clear that up.
Well, listen, I'm so curious what's going through Panarin's head, because I get wanting to live in LA. The weather is beautiful, but you only take 2 years, $22 million. Doesn't take it here, okay. But then Seattle offers you 4 for 54, at least, maybe even a little more than $14 million. You left $32 million on the table, and Washington doesn't have state income tax.
Washington offered him 5 at 10. He got his $50 million from Washington, and he turned it down.
That's what I'm saying. So, and you can't tell me that Seattle's roster is that far off from LA. Kopitar's retiring. Doughty's older in LA. He's probably going to be done in a couple of years. So Seattle at least has some. They're having a pretty good season. Panarin could really be a lightning rod. And you saw the return that Seattle was willing to get Shane Wright and a first-round pick, which is far better than Liam Greentree in a third. So, I mean, now Panarin didn't want to go there. That is what it is. But, I mean, Chris Drury just, shoot him away from the beginning of the season, said he was money hungry. But then I don't understand, if Panarin wants 40 or 50 million and Seattle gives it to you, you take 32 million less to go to LA and not even have a chance to win.
Guys, you know what? I'm not saying you're wrong, Ricky and Matt, but do we really know that Chris Drury would agree to make these trades with Washington and Seattle?
He'd be stupid not to take a better return. I'll be honest.
I don't know. I'm throwing it out there. All I know is that
he traded with the Islanders the week before, Kotze.
During all the bullshit that we've talked about Panarin this year, some of the arguments we had, a lot of us were under the idea that he was never being offered anything. Well, he was offered something early in the year, and he turned it down. Okay? And I agree with Matt a little bit here for the first time, Matt. So there you go. Why the fuck you sign in LA? Go to LA for what? Does he really care? I don't know if he cares anymore.
Yeah.
We'll find out tonight. He's starting tonight, I guess, in LA.
He's playing tonight for sure. And now listen,
number 72 again, just like in Chicago.
Oh, he's might be a little interesting. He's Filipino now, or no? What was it? Medved.
What's interesting too is now with him going there and them losing Fiala, does LA become an instant contender to get Trocheck? And there was a lot of talk during the Olympics about them going to Zibanejad and basically pleading with them.
How many days till trade deadline?
March 13th, 5th, something like that.
9 days. We got 9.
Oh, is it 9 days? No, are you sure it's the 5th?
It's next Friday. It's next Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they extended it because of the what do you call it? The Olympics.
Did they?
I thought they added a week. I'm pretty sure. Are you sure it's the 5th and it's not?
I think it's the 6th. I think it's.
I'm like 70% sure. TikTok in the comments. Let me know when's the trade deadline.
Beth, I need your help here.
Because I think what's going to happen here, Ricky and Maddie and Paulie, I think what's going to happen, those teams that are below
March 6th,
below the wild card line by a few.
March 6th, 3 p.m.
They're gonna see how they get off to a good start or a bad start up till that date, and then you'll know whether teams are in the trading mode to get better or in a trading mode to get rid of shit.
Most teams right now only have 3 games left before the March 6th deadline. So that's a very interesting thing. So if you're on the bubble, you literally have 2 games to make a determination if you need to add a player or not.
And there's only 25 games left in the season or so left.
Yeah.
That's going to go by like that. So
I'd like to do a little predictions
here.
If we got a minute and get everybody friendly again. Let's all be nice.
We're always friendly.
I'm going to say my 3 guaranteed Rangers not to be here after the deadline. I think we're all going to agree on Vinny Trocheck. I think we all can agree on Carrick, Sam Carrick. Unfortunately, one I don't want to lose, but I think he's gone.
Wow.
And I have sources and brought this to the NHL Network yesterday and was on for about 15 minutes discussing it. Adam Fox has been bantered about by Drury, not the other way around. Drury has put feelers out to see what he can get for Fox. So let's see what happens.
I would honestly Big fan of trading Fox.
Did anybody hear the rumor during the Olympics that Sullivan? I didn't see this. I didn't follow the newspapers, so maybe one of you guys did. Matty, you might have. Where Sullivan said, "We took a bunch of whiskey drinking tough guys with us."
Yep.
That was a shot at Fox. That was a shot directly at Adam Fox.
Yeah. Listen, I got to push back about Drury's letter, right? And he writes the letter and says we're going for a retool. In what world, when you're going for a retool, do you trade away basically your top player in Panarin, even if you don't want to say the top player, the best offensive player, and you don't even get one player to help you for right now? So you trade away your best player. You got a mid prospect at best who's going to be a middle six forward probably. The best case scenario for Liam Greentree is he's Will Cooley, a 20-goal scorer on the second or third line. And now you're going to trade away Trocheck. Ricky, you're talking about Fox. You're talking about maybe even Mika Zibanejad. I mean, it is going to be just this Ranger team is going to be really bad for a long time because Hartford sucks. The current Rangers suck. The GM sucks. Now, Sullivan showed he can coach with Team USA. He did pull a lot of the right buttons to win the gold medal. I understand, it was one game, so a lot of things had to go right in that game. But Team USA was very consistent throughout the 6 games that they played, not just against Canada. So Sullivan can still coach, but you got to wonder if even a guy like Gavrikov is getting his name floated out there, that he signed up for a 7-year deal. This isn't what he signed up for. So this team is an absolute mess. I'm going to tell you guys right now, the Rangers will not make the playoffs in the 2020s. They are not going to make the playoffs till the 2030s. That's how bad this Ranger team is going to be. Because like Ricky said before, the AHL, Hartford, terrible. Their drafting sucks. They don't have a second-round pick this year or next year. They right now, that second-round pick would be number 34 because Ottawa is forfeiting their first-round pick.
Matty, what does that give me? Does that give me 3 years after this year?
4.
I'll take that bet.
You think they make the playoffs in the 2020s?
Well, listen, every year there's somebody comes out of nowhere and at least squeaks into the playoffs. I'll take that bet. How much you want to bet?
You buy me a case of Canadian beer. I'll buy you a case of American beer.
I'm not going up there just to get you a case. How about $100?
$100 it is.
How about hair versus
just
beard?
Don't give me Canadian money.
Come on, Rangers.
Hey, I just think we all are the biggest guys, Ranger fans I know, and the chat room our fans love this team. I think it's honestly pretty hard for us to swallow that we're going back to the Muckler-Sather days, and it's going to get dark for a long time. I don't think 2030, Matty. I know you're saying it, and I totally agree they suck. I'm praying that we have a massive turnaround with all the cap space we'll have next year, and hopefully in 2 years have a competitive team.
Who are you signing?
But I agree. I know. Matt, I agree with you. But there's got to be something to hope for with this team, and as long as Drury is steering the ship, there's really not much hope.
Well, this team has been filled with Band-Aids for years, and they're going to Band-Aid this again. It's what that's what we've put up with for many years, since 94. It's always been Band-Aid together. It's rich in one area of the ice, and it sucks in another. It's the first fucking time, I said it early on this year, it was the first time we actually had a defense that I could be proud of when we had what we had. Okay.
First 20 games, they looked great.
We couldn't put the puck in the net. Couldn't keep the puck. We were losing 2-1 games, 1-0 games. We couldn't put the puck in the net. So we couldn't score goals. So in the past, it was the defense was terrible, but at least we were on the power play. We had the top 3 power play, top 3 penalty kills. We were winning games. So it's always a Band-Aid with this team. They're going to find a Band-Aid, Matt. So I disagree with you. I think they'll make the playoffs probably in 2.5 years because they're going to Band-Aid it together. They're not going to put together. They're not going to go from foundation out. They're not going to do it because it's such a mess. It's such a smorgasbord of a mess right now. You got Shesterkin signed until he's dead. So you got to start there. It's just – I don't know how they're going to fix it, but because of who they are, And when they open up cap space, they're going to Band-Aid it. They're going to fill the holes. They're going to find the free agents, the big money free agents, and they're going to Band-Aid it the way they've done in the past. Yeah.
It's going to be trouble. And I would agree with Matt totally if they do two things that I don't want them to do right now that I would have done early in the year. I don't think you should trade Zibanejad or Trocheck right now. Because
I agree with you.
If you lose those two guys, who's coming up the middle for that team?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like right, you guys just said it. Hartford ain't got nobody. Yeah, and if you lose those two guys and you don't replace at least the same quality, you're in deeper shit than you are now.
And let me tell you too, Kotze, in the draft, McKenna is a wing. Stengberg is a wing. Those are number 1 and 2. Then number 3 is a defenseman. So the 4th best prospect is a center. And it's not Bedard or Celebrini. It's not even Michael Misa, who is number 2 overall here. It's still going to be a project if you get the top center in the draft. You can't throw him out there. So, I mean, maybe get lucky.
I just threw it out there because the way the team's roster is set right now, okay, if you lose Zibanejad, who was playing his best hockey before the Olympics.
He played very well in the Olympics for Sweden, by the way.
And Trocheck, has had an up and down year, but he's still a veteran. He still has a little bit of guile out there. Are you replacing him with the same quality with a young guy?
Right.
Where? I don't see it.
I think Trocheck should have been captain, first of all. I think JT Miller was never needed back on this team. And it's typical, like you guys all three are saying. It's putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. They're not deep. Kotze, you've said it since the first show. 37, 34, 38, 33, 30. Everybody on the team's over 30-something. Lafreniere sucks. We haven't even brought his name up yet. He sucks. Will Cooley's regressed back to being the biggest sissy I've ever seen in my entire life. The last game they played, he got punched in the face 3 times, stood there, looked around at the referee. What happened to the kid who came up 2 years ago and was knocking heavyweights out, right? All of a sudden, he's a goal scorer. He doesn't want to play physical anymore. This organization's a joke. It's never going to change. It's a culture that's been bred here since the late 90s. After
they get comfortable, Ricky. They get comfortable. The New York lifestyle.
They got gutted when they traded
Chris Kreider was a great. Chris Kreider was a great Ranger, regardless of how it ended.
Yes,
but his first 2-3 years, he hit everything in sight.
Yes,
and then he stopped hitting. Period.
Do you remember, Kotze, when Sammy Blais got slew-footed by PK Subban?
Yep.
It was Kreider who dropped his gloves and chased him around and got the game misconducts. Nobody else. It was Kreider.
Guys get comfortable for some reason. They come to New York, and whatever they were before or whatever they were at the start of their career, if they were drafted by the Rangers, they get comfortable and their game changes.
Yeah, I was so excited when they got Sammy Blais that first year.
But not for Butch Davis.
I was like, well, finally they added some beef, and somebody
would hit
the net. Somebody's going to do the dirty work. And that year he got hurt, and then it just never worked out after that. But, hey, we don't have a lot of time left. We didn't talk really about the injuries that this caused. And I wanted to go around the horn and say, as much as it's great to watch the professionals, don't you think it would be greater to watch the new and up-and-comers and put together a team dynamically the way they used to do it, the way they do everything else? I really would like to see the NHL bow out of the Olympics, and I'd like to see the kids come up, and I'd like to see the kids play, and I'd like to see the prospects pool grow greater and greater and greater. And I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
Well, I'll go first on that one. I think we're so far past the days of having kids play in the Olympics that it will never go back to it. And one of the reasons why, in my opinion, is the big deal that the World Junior Championships have become. That's what basically has taken the place of amateurs in the Olympics, is getting to watch the World Junior Championships. That's some really good hockey right there. When you watch the rivalry of U.S.-Canada, U.S.-Sweden, and those games, that's a bunch of kids fighting to make the NHL. And I'd rather watch that any day of the week than watch the Olympics, even with the pros playing. I'd rather watch the Canadian Junior World Championships. I'd rather watch the Canada Cup. I'd rather the Memorial Cup, excuse me. and I'd rather watch the guys playing in the World Juniors than watching the pros playing in the Olympics. That's just my opinion on that one.
Go ahead, Maddie.
I'm going to be in the minority on this one. Listen, I think you're at the point of no return with the pros playing in the Olympics because in the last, 12 months, the rivalry of Team USA and Team Canada has never been hotter. It all started with the Four Nations where you had 3 fights in the first, minute of the game. And it was in Toronto and the crowd was going crazy. And Team USA won the first game, Canada won the second game, and then we went over to the Olympics. Obviously, Team USA won. So I think from just a standpoint of the best product, the pros going out there, I know you see what Team USA did where they're partying. I don't think they even care about half those guys who are coming back to crappy NHL teams. They don't even care about the rest of the season anymore. Now, some of the players on Team USA obviously are playoff teams, potential Stanley Cup winning team, but that meant everything to these pros. And I understand if you're a GM where you're like, yeah, I don't want my big money guy going to the Olympics and potentially getting hurt like Sidney Crosby did, like Kevin Fiala did, but I think it's the best overall product. Having the professionals there in the Olympics, 26 million people viewed the game between the United States and Canada. I'm sorry, you're not getting those views for the World Juniors. You're not getting 26 million people in the United States alone that are going to view that game.
Yeah, well, you got to remember it's the Olympics. Now, let me ask you, with that comment, how many of the speed skaters and the jumpers and all the other the bobsledders and all the other, I mean, you got to think that these people come into these things, they're not. I mean, I get the professionalness. We got a little background noise over there. I get, going after the professionals, Maddie, but the Olympics are made for a specific reason to show new talent coming from the countries, not to continue to exploit a profession where now we go back to the NHL, their contracts, the situation. You got arguably, one of the greatest ever to play the game gets hurt because he's in the Olympics. You got other guys that could, this is detrimental to hockey teams. Now, what if the Penguins were in the playoff, a big playoff push? He's a big part of that team. So you got 2 sides to this.
All right. My take is I don't want to see pros anymore. I think I've told you guys this in the past. I think it's time to let the juniors play and let the college kids play. I mean, not every college kid's a junior guy. He could be 22, 23, 24. You know what I mean? Let them play again. I don't want pros going up there. Second of all, if everybody understands what the Olympics was predicated on, it was considered amateurs to start with, way back when it started. Okay? Amateurs, not pros. And the way they set this thing up, it hurts me as an owner who has a team, who has a player, a key player right now who's hurt. And I'm running a business here. I'm not just running a place to win a Stanley Cup. I'm running a business here to keep my season's ticket holders happy. And Ricky, I disagree with you. I think if you had 2 amateur teams, US, Canada, if the passion is as great as our green boy down here, I think everybody would still watch, Ricky. I really do. I think everybody
you get 26 million views.
Okay, but how many watched the Olympics when they beat the Russians there in 1980? Go look at the numbers then compared to the time. I guarantee you there was a shitload of people watching that game. Okay? I just think the pros, it's been a nice little story. Get rid of them. Go back to doing what the Olympics was supposed to be all about. Amateurs.
Agreed.
Go back to the Jim Thorpe days, where he was an amateur.
You told us before that Eruzione and Craig weren't amateurs.
Well, see, I knew that. I knew that, but the rest of the world didn't know that because I played with him.
I didn't know that until you told us 3 weeks ago. I had no idea Jim Craig was an IHL player until yesterday.
Ricky, he won a Turner Cup the year before I played with him. So he was in the IHL 2 years for sure before he went to the Olympic team. And if you look at his age when he's on the Olympic team, he's 25 years old.
Yeah.
And Bud Schneider, who I got to meet, I've known him, he's a good guy and everything, played in Milwaukee with the Milwaukee Admirals when I was playing in Toledo. I'm not against it, you know what I'm saying? But I just, that fish story, everybody wants to say they were all young, peach fuzz kids. Ruggioni could have shaved twice a day. That's how big
he's Italian.
And Michael Ruggioni is a wonderful, wonderful guy.
He is amazing. He's a really nice dude.
I just want to see it go back to the amateur status. I really do. If I'm an owner of a team and I lose a guy could you imagine if this was Sidney Crosby that ripped his leg out and he was only in his 20s? I'd be fucking nuts if I was an owner right now. But why are we letting these guys play? But now that he's like almost 40,
get swept under the rug. All right, boys, we hit the time. And we did hit the time. We gave you enough of time. We got to move on.
Is that game in New York tomorrow?
Yes.
I got to be honest.
I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, I haven't
This Rangers team has broken me.
I'm staying up here for a couple more nights. I got to go. I'm going to be in New York on Tuesday for Skate with the Greats.
Long Island?
No, it's in the Pier 54 there in Manhattan.
Hey, can we end on one note, Kotze, please, Paulie?
How about the Ron Duguay situation?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Your former teammate, Ron Duguay, who's been really special to a lot of us Ranger fans and a great guy. He could really use your help, guys. If you see it, he's got a little GoFundMe going. He's stage 4 currently in cancer, and his daughters are saying it's getting a little bleak and money's running out, and he needs some really serious treatment. So, hey, guys, if you can, take a look over at Ron Dugay's Facebook page, his Twitter page. All the information's up on there, and I'll let Kotze finish that. He played
I've known about it since the beginning. It's been over a year. I just didn't want to, Dukes and I just told him I wasn't going to publicize until he was ready to come out with it and stuff like that. So, he's doing okay considering, the severeness of the cancer he's got. But traveling back to LA and back and forth and to get all this stuff done that he's doing, it's costing money. So if you can, pitch in.
Thoughts and prayers.
Duke was on a show a while ago. We had him on.
Yeah.
Couple.
We had everybody on at once. We had your boy Nicky Fatillo on. We had Steve Vickers.
Yeah.
Now you got me.
You're a good addition there, young lad. It's good to debate with you.
Well, I got to tell you.
I'll just not talk about Canadian beer.
You can talk about them all you want. I just put you in your place there. Compare the two. That's all.
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys, I was gonna do this quietly and privately, but I think I'm gonna kind of talk about it now. I am going to Vegas in the week after next. So Maddie, I'm going to give you the credentials. I'd like you to keep moving on with the show. And I think I'm going to be stepping back a little bit, and we'll talk about it. I'll be making some cameo appearances, but I got a lot going on here in the next couple of months. So I want the show to keep moving on. I want the brand to keep moving on, and I'm not leaving, but I'm gonna be in a couple less shows, guys, and that doesn't mean I want the shows to stop. So it's just something that I got a lot going on. I got family out of state, and there's a lot of moving parts for me right now. So
sometimes life gets in the way of things.
So we'll talk about it more. I love the panel, and like I said, I'm not going away for good, but there's going to be times I can't make shows, but that doesn't mean the show doesn't go on. And I think Maddie, between you, Ricky, and the big man, I think you guys can carry this thing from time to time without me. So we'll talk about it privately, but I wanted to let everybody know that, that there's going to be times I ain't going to be on.
Yeah, so, and Ricky, the last thing that I'd like to say is, like, I'm getting a lot of people messaging me about the T-shirts, messaging me, and I try to explain to them where to go, but it's not clear to them.
I'm going to put a link up on the Instigators page tonight. I'll put it up there.
All right,
It'll be right
all
on the
right.
show
Because I'm getting people like, how do I get one? How do I do this?
They want your shirt, Conte. They don't give a shit about our shirts.
No, they want the taco shirt.
I want the taco shirt too.
Every male alive wants the taco.
They also want the Instigator shirt too.
Yeah.
I just want to say something too. Quick victory lap here for us guys. We've grown the show really well since we started it. At least since I've been on the panel, and you guys have been doing this for a decade and a half, which is amazing. But over here on TikTok, guys, and YouTube, and we're gonna try to get as many streaming services as we can. We've hit over 1,000 the last couple of shows on TikTok, which is really awesome views. So we appreciate it, guys. We're going to try to do some sponsors and this and that and really grow the brand. And honestly, we just really appreciate everybody tuning in across the board. Yep. No matter where it is. I've been anal about the numbers since week 1, and it has steadily grown, and it's awesome because, I think we really have a great panel. We have great product, and we're going to build off this, and we're going to build off this for the rest of the season. We might try to do something. I know we talked about maybe doing something live for the draft. We might try to do that up in Buffalo.
Tati, real fast, Maddie, I don't mean to cut you off. You just reminded me. I have full clearance, Russ, for the 100th year anniversary of hockey in Toledo. They're going to do an outdoor game next year, Katsi. It's going to be outdoors. They're going to celebrate 100 years of hockey in Toledo.
Well, somebody's I'm part of that Toledo Gold Digger fan club.
Yes, you are. And we're going to be up there covering it, Maddie and I. And if you and Paulie want to come, let me know. I'll get you added.
You can be my agent. Set something up for me in Toledo.
Okay,
I will be there, and I will be there, and we will do a show there for sure. Ricky and I, Katsi, Paulie, whoever wants to be there, we will do a show live from Toledo. And hopefully we can get somewhere or two to come down and do a little interview, right?
Yeah, let's do actually we'll talk about it. Let's get the date set, and let's, I have to plan ahead. So I can't, if it's 3 weeks in advance, it's not going to work for me. I need to plan ahead. So I would love
you got the date for that?
No, he's going to give it to me. Actually, we're supposed to do an interview this week. Him and I are going to do a sit down, and I'll get everything straightened out with him. And,
it's next season, I'm assuming, no?
Dotsie, do you remember Buck Stevenson? He played in Toledo for like 3 years. He was an IHL guy, lifer. So, yeah, he's
years
before you.
I played in 78 there.
Yeah, he was like 76, 77, and then came back in 81 and 82.
Okay, because I do have a couple of people that I keep in touch with from Toledo that I played with. They're still living in Toledo. I've always thought about that, going back there just for shits and giggles, because that's where it all started for me.
Yeah.
Making a whole whopping $6,500.
I'm going to make a bunch of fucking T-shirts. We're going to sell $6,500 worth of taco shirts. Guys, it was great talking to everybody this week. Instigator Hockey Show, we're out. Use 3 stay on for an after show meeting, and we'll see everybody next Wednesday night at 8:30.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right.
T-shirts on the website, guys. Check it out.
Ciao, baby.